Right then, guys, this is AKM After Hours. So this is for the members. We're going to do this. It's just the three of us today. First one of the year. It's a bit of a kickback one. We're going to be talking about the contracts. And we'll talk about Ben Doak as well, since that's just broke on the day we're doing this. But I just want to mention as well, guys, there may be a few new perks coming to the members as well. If you guys want to let us know in the comments if any of these sound appealing to you or anything like that. So from $1.99 and above, you'd get mentioned in the credits at the end of every video. I'm going to do like a credit thing, so everyone's name goes up at the end as like a thank you. And then the $2.99 ones a month, you can have a chance to come on the show if you want to. Just give us a date. You can do an after hours. You can do a live stream on a Monday, whichever. Just you'd pick, and you get to do it, every month. And you could always just upgrade for that 1 month as well and go back down to the $1.99 afterwards. It's up to you. But it's just some perk I'm trying to give you something a bit more and more people opportunities to talk and stuff. So if that's of interest to you, let us know down below, guys. So how are you two doing? You all right?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I think what you just said there would be great. Get a few of the viewers on, actually put a face and a voice to the ID, the badge. Be nice.
It also gives them the opportunity, like if they don't agree with any of our opinions, to give their opinion and do it, in a safe environment, because opinions seem to, if you don't have the same opinion as the head honchos, then you're almost an outcast. So it's nice to be nice, and it's nice to have, a YouTube channel that promotes that, and that's what AKM LFC is all about.
Yeah, I was just thinking as well, to be fair, when I first thought of it then, when we were going through it then, might call it the fan's voice or something.
I like that. Yeah, that sounds nice. Yeah.
Or the voice of the fans.
Yeah, see, now just messed it up there.
Sure, you
just don't, just short and sweet. Don't be like, what about the voice of the fans? Just the fans' voice. Just leave it at that.
Don't make me get your shopping list out again, man.
Right then, guys, should we start off with this Ben Doak stuff, shall we?
Go on.
So it's actually had an update as well since then. So first, Palace had a £15 million bid rejected, and then Ipswich Town have had a £16 million bid rejected. So I've done a video on this already. It's on the channel now. So I'll just quickly touch on what my thoughts are. I think Liverpool are trying to sell him. Otherwise, why would the clubs be putting bids in for him if they didn't think there was any chance of him going? Liverpool apparently put a £30 million price on him. I reckon they'd take 25 if they got it. He's only scored 2 goals in the Championship this year. There's the other side of it as well, where it does say in this article that Liverpool rate him as the best young player in the Championship. And if Liverpool didn't already own him, they'd probably consider signing him themselves.
So why sell him?
Exactly. Which kind of contradicts what I was saying just then. But what's your thoughts on it, guys? I'll come to you first, Martin.
I just think he's a great young prospect. You give him time and he'll mould himself in. He's done well. But you can't. We're already short. We can't be going even further down that loophole now because we're never going to get anything. But if they're saying he's not for sale, why would the offers come in? There's obviously talk. They're going to listen. As we all know, that FSG are a selling club. We're not going to see any of that.
Yeah. I mean, I did kind of question in my video, were they trying to sell him to raise funds for the contracts?
No.
But yeah, what's your thoughts on it, Seano?
Well, I think that's part and parcel of why I wanted to do this video tonight. It's all about the FSG Liverpool project. Where does it align with the ambitions of the club, the fans, the head coach, the players? Ben Doak, I mean, we were talking about him as a prospect and doing very well and what have you, and now we're offloading a young lad. We were talking about getting players from the academy, bringing in young players, and then all of a sudden, okay, now we're selling them. So I don't really get, what we're actually doing. I don't understand. I understand Arne Slot. I understand the ambition of the players. They all want to win. That's what it is. Majority of fans want us to win, and well, all of the fans want us to win. But we just have different views and whatever. But I just don't understand where FSG and their way of thinking and their way of doing things and the people that they've put in charge of Liverpool Football Club, where they come in all of this. What are their actual ambitions? Do they align with the actual club? And that's a serious bone of contention with me. It has been for a very, very long time. I don't get how you can offload the amount of players that we did, young as may they be, to offload them, and now we're talking about Ben Doak, which
Yeah.
which saying is he's got shown massive potential. I've seen him in a couple of games. You've seen him in a couple of games where he was turning defenders inside out, and we thought this fella looks brilliant. If we can just cradle him, hold on to him, and nurture that, he's going to turn into something else. And now we're offloading him.
See, that's what I find quite
mine.
disturbing, really. What you just said, Adam. Maybe is we going to try to offload them to get a couple of wages. If we're going to do anything like that, surely that should come from up front, like Nunes or Endo. Part-time players. If we're going to sell them, Chiesa, get rid of them. We can use that. If them three, they go off the books, we've got excess amount of pounds to pay wages. We're short at the back as it is.
Yeah, I don't think Chiesa's going anywhere personally.
No.
I think he'll see the season out. But they've also recalled back that Calvin Ramsey from loan as well.
That's great. But what are they going to do there? They're going to offload him too.
Well, it probably ties into the bit you want to get into, like the meat and potatoes of the video of the contracts. But he plays right back.
Of course, yeah.
So, but we'll come to that a bit in a minute. But yeah, anything else you want to say on Van Dijk? I personally think he's not really been given a fair crack under Arne Slot. So for Arne Slot to sell him, it seems a bit harsh. So I don't think it'd be Slot.
But it's not
under.
But exactly. It's not down to Arne Slot. It's down to Richard Hughes. Do you know what I mean? And I mean, Richard Hughes was fantastic at the start of his career at Liverpool Football Club. He was there in the press conference, there like as the right hand man of Arne Slot. And now he's disappeared. And apparently there's a rumor now that he's taken a little sabbatical there off in Italy, his favorite country, on holiday.
He's gone to get Pogba, hasn't he, on a free?
I mean, during a really, really very, very difficult month for us, when we're trying to kind of fight off anyone that is trying to buy those three players. It's crazy. So if we're offloading Ben Doak to fund a contract, well, then we're in bigger shit than I think we are.
Or is it what Adams just said, bringing that other player back?
Ramsey, yeah.
Yeah, because he's right back. Get him going through the first team, get him some playing time, and then come the summer, off you go. See you later, mate. Trent's gone. But I do feel like Trent may be holding them for ransom.
Yeah. I think we've been like, unless you've got anything else to say about the whole Doak thing, I think we've been like kind of teasing the whole contract thing. So let's just dive straight into it, guys, and we'll go with the Trent thing first away, since I think we've been like teasing that more mainly. They have said that they're bringing back Calvin Ramsey to loan him out somewhere else, but it's a bit funny, that, isn't it? You see the rumors about Trent being sold this month. Just to break it all down, like, I don't think that Real Madrid would bid for Trent if he'd already not said to him, yeah, I'll go this month. I will come this month if you want me. He has to have said that. Real Madrid would not have put a bid in for him if they didn't think they'd get him.
And that's what's going to be used as like, I didn't want to go, but Liverpool, they sold me. Like, to sugarcoat it all.
Or it's going to be a case of, I saw this other theory going around as well, where Trent knows and Real Madrid know that Liverpool will reject it, but then when he leaves for nothing in the summer, he can turn around and go, well, you had the opportunity to get some money from me in January.
Yeah, I think it's all going to go sour at
Well,
the end of it.
it's already sour. I mean, I don't know whether you've been on social media lately, but there's quite a lot of people that are calling him a rat and calling him a traitor and whatever. He hasn't even said 2 words about wanting to leave Liverpool, wanting to join Real Madrid. He hasn't said a thing. But this is, unfortunately, is the mentality of people that are on social media, certain people that are on social media, that as soon as a player isn't offered a contract and wants to go elsewhere, or there's talks of them going elsewhere, they're ready to burn their Trent Alexander-Arnold jerseys, and it's pathetic. It's pathetic, and I'm not for it at all. I think if we had sorted out the goddamn contract 2 years ago or a year ago, we wouldn't have this problem. And we can talk about the restructure of the club, and we can talk about Klopp leaving. We can talk about all of that jazz, all we goddamn well like. We had an opportunity and we didn't take it. And maybe there's more reason to Klopp leaving. That he knew that these players were going to leave, that they weren't going to be offered a contract. Maybe that's why he's left.
Maybe. I think it's a bit, that's still tied with the whole Bellingham situation with Klopp. Me, I do a little bit. But yeah, you may be right as well. Maybe like he didn't get the Bellingham thing. Maybe he was like, right, should we not be talking to these lads about contracts now? And they're like, don't worry about it, mate. Don't worry about it. And he's like, okay, then fuck off.
Yeah, but I mean, imagine leaving, the contract of 3 of your most important players. And when I mean most important, you've got the record-breaking, Ballon d'Or performing, worthy of winning the Ballon d'Or 4 or 5 times over, Mohamed Salah, the Egyptian king. You've got our Colossus centre-back, our number 4, our captain, Virgil van Dijk, and then you've got our vice captain, who's the greatest passer off the ball you're ever likely to see, in Trent Alexander-Arnold. And of course, you'll have all the talk about he can't defend. Well, listen, I'd rather have him on my team than playing anywhere else. But we have not given any respect to them. We've not. The club are in complete negligence with not looking at their contract. The first thing, if I were Richard Hughes, in walking into Anfield, is I would be looking for those 3 characters, and I'd be saying, here, lads, come on, let's have a chat. The fact that at the end of November, that Salah had said, I haven't been offered a contract yet. No one has offered me anything yet.
And he's still saying it in January.
And he's still saying it in fucking January.
Them 3 of them could have already signed pre-contract with someone else.
Exactly. Exactly.
They're going to wake up one morning and they're just going to go, yeah, here's this. He's going to say, no, I've signed for whoever now.
So, yeah, I mean, if you tell me that the FSG are shrewd businessmen, or the business that is Liverpool Football Club is shrewd and they go about their business correct, that to me is not correct. That to me is taking massive risks. And at the end of the day, if we don't accept whatever bid Real Madrid give us, or if we do accept the bid, what's the cost that's going to cost our season?
Massive.
That's and that's just Trent. What about Salah? What about Virgil? It's crazy. It's crazy that people are still defending these owners and the way they go about their business. It's fucking wrong.
What do you think about? Well, I think I mentioned this on the live actually on Monday. But do you think there's anything behind FSG taking the eye off the ball because they were trying to sell the club?
Bollocks. I don't think they have their eye on the ball at all. I think they have their setup, their structure, where someone is looking after their asset, which is Liverpool Football Club, and they're smoking their big cigars. I think they're like stamp collectors. Once they get their stamps, they put it in the collection. That's it. That's done for. They don't give a shit what happens to it after that. They're asset collectors. But
that's the thing. Sorry, go on, carry on.
No, I'm just saying, Martin. They collect an asset that is in danger, and knowing they'll make a massive profit out of it. They did that with Liverpool. They didn't do that with what's that French? Bordeaux. They didn't do it with Bordeaux because they knew that it would cost them more money to actually get that club afloat. So they didn't go with that. That's fair enough. That's good businessmen. Brilliant. Good stuff. But they have no care, no consideration, no thought is put into Liverpool. Whether they're trying to sell the club or not, they don't give a shit. 365 days of the year. How many times are they actually at the club? I've seen Linda talking more about Liverpool Football Club than I've seen John Henry. And John Henry just looks like a bloody headless chicken.
Lost.
He looks absolutely along with Tom Warner as well.
See, going back, we've had this discussion in the past, man. I don't want to go over old stories, but what you're saying there as well about FSG and the logics of like going to Bordeaux and all that shit. It's like if you're going to sell the club, why are you selling? Leaving your big assets. You know, your Trent, Mo Salah. You know, Klopp went. We've got these three going to go. Surely, if you want to sell that club and make that club healthy and people really want it, you've got to have these players at this club. Yeah,
Well,
get all the wages and you don't go over 32, you're not going to do this. But just because that's FSG's motto doesn't mean like the Saudis are going to come in off. It's only 32, yeah. Here's £1 million a week. They want them players in that club so they don't have to go out and fork out and buy all them. They want, like we had the conversation of no one is prepared to wait. They want instant now. And if we have them players, that club becomes more of an asset. It becomes more valuable.
I just think that there's a thing that's kind of weighing down Liverpool and you know this ethos of socialism and what have you. We're in football, and in the world of football, socialism is just non-existent. There's no such thing. No such thing whatsoever. Football is you see the middleman, you see the person, you and me, wanting to get tickets and absolutely been ripped off left, right, and center. It is the absolute opposite to socialism. So we can talk about, well, we don't want to be spending that amount of money on these players and blah, blah, blah. Let me tell you one thing for nothing. It would cost a whole lot more for Liverpool Football Club. And you can talk about Liverpool 2.0. You're going to get Liverpool 3.0. Because if you're going to offload, and when I mean offload, if you're going to allow Mo Salah, Virgil van Dijk, and Trent Alexander-Arnold either leave in January or in July, it's going to cost you a whole lot more to replace them. A whole lot more. And I guarantee you're not going to be putting in the numbers or putting in the amount of assists and the sort of performances that those three players have put into Liverpool Football Club. It is an absolute out-and-out disgrace.
And it's mad as well because I know it's just rumour mills, but why are all these like Crystal Palace and Newcastle players being linked with Liverpool all of a sudden? I know every year, every transfer window, we get this one, that one, and this one. It's just like, are they actually? Have FSG made their mind up? Are they going? Are they trying to put the feelers out for these other players now who's not going to cost as much money, who are a lot younger, to save on that wage bill?
It's just, I don't know, mate. Like, I feel like I thought we'd have heard something by now. I thought we'd have heard something before we go live again on Monday. But, you know, we've got a game on Sunday. Rami Abbas is supposed to be at Anfield for that game. Salah's agent. So maybe we hear something after the United game. But you are right in what you're saying regarding, like, in the summer as well, where they sold all them youngsters for no reason. Like, we didn't get nobody came in apart from Chiesa. And then now we're on about selling another youngster as well. I don't know. There's a part of me that thinks like Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards can't. They literally like can't allow Salah and Van Dijk especially to walk out of the club for nothing. I think that the fans would absolutely go nuts if it happened.
But they're
I
not.
think Salah's
They're not.
prepared to walk now.
Of course he is, but they're not prepared to you know. I mean I made a comment there, and again he's made a TikTok video. I don't know whether he's on YouTube. I've had a little conversation with him on TikTok, and he's more than welcome to come onto the show and defend himself as well. And I'm not attacking him. You know, people can check him out. The Sensible Red, he's called, or Adam. And you know, he made comment about the FSG out is trending on Twitter because there's no accounting for stupid. Now, you know, he's basically saying, I don't know what exactly this crowd want. I don't know what they want. So, you know, I've listed off a few things that, if you don't mind, Adam and Martin, who's gone off, and wishing everyone a happy new year. I've listed off a few things that I want to just talk about. So, like, Liverpool, the coach, the players, their ambition, I understand completely. I support them 110%, regardless of who plays for them, who coaches them. That's Liverpool. That's my love. 110%. The owners are the custodians. They are just pure and utter businessmen. And more often, the odd chance you may get an owner that actually loves the football club as much as the fans do. FSG do not. Let's just get that out there. So I don't understand what their project is with Liverpool. I don't understand what they want. I know that it doesn't align with the club, with the players, with the head coach, and with the back and staff. It doesn't align with them. It's completely different. They're talking about business. We're talking about business on the pitch. Okay? So what I just want to iterate is, you have these positive words that are just brought out of nowhere with no real thought into it. FSG have made Liverpool Football Club self-sustainable. Wow, self-sustainable. Well, the reality is it's Moneyball. So we sell to buy, because FSG aren't going to reach it into their pockets and actually invest in the squad. They're not going to do that. They haven't done it. We spent about 300 million in 9 years. That was our net spend under Klopp. He performed absolute miracles. Miracles. We have a net spend, this included, right? A net spend of less than about in around 17 to 18 million per window. That's worse under Gillette and Hicks. Now, the other positive thing that will be thrown out there is we're in a much better position than Gillette when we were under Gillette and Hicks. Really? Is that how low the bar that we're measuring these owners on? You have to be better than Gillette and Hicks. You can, you know, as long as you don't have this club in debt, you're all right with us. That's the bar that you're setting. I mean, are you for real? Look what they've done for us. Okay, so if we put that, then that logic. So any time that we don't do well on the pitch, can we blame them? Because I guarantee you they will say no. But if we do well on the pitch, we can thank them for that. And that to me is utter bullshit. So
I agree. I'll stop you there in a minute. I agree with that bit. I do agree with, if you can't blame them for the bad stuff, then you can't praise them for the good stuff. Like, it could both come in a parcel. Do you know what I mean? But I do think they have done some good shit for the club. They aren't been all bad, but yeah.
But it's like me saying this. It's like me saying this to you, right? So, example, the stadium and the training ground. Okay, that's been thrown about the place. It'd be like me saying to you, Adam, you're kind of in financial difficulty, let's say, or you want to buy a new mic, and I give you a lend of whatever amount of money it needs to get a new mic. You get that new mic and you pay me back. That's like me going off and saying, I bought you that. I didn't buy it. I gave you a loan and you paid me back.
Yeah.
So I don't owe FSG anything. for the stadium or for the training ground. They've done the very least with that. And what they've also done is the Annie Road. Nobody is mentioning the Annie Road and the state that that's in. And the
That
fact
just needs to be toned down again.
The fact that it also makes the cop look like a goddamn garden shed. The cop should have been the focal point. That's what they should have built around it. Like what they did with White Hart Lane. That's what they should have done. And they didn't. Because they don't care about the club. They don't care how important the cop is to that ground.
Are we going to have that same issue that City are having as well? About they're not going to be giving memberships out season tickets? Is it just going to be, I'll tell you what, get rid of all the season tickets and get as much money as we can in?
Well, I mean, we don't have the same problem as City because we can fill our ground. They can't.
Yeah,
fill
get
theirs.
that.
So that's the first thing. But you know, the long and short of it is these are businessmen, no doubt about it, and they're great businessmen. Fair enough, brilliant. But they are sitting around in Boston. They're looking at the next asset that is in danger. They're looking to swoop in like a vulture and take it over and then make a profit and then swoop back over to some other place. And that's all they've done. That's all they've done. They've done the bare minimum. And these people that come up with this self-sustainable, we're in a much better position, position and situation than we were under Gillette and Hicks. Look what they've done for us. We won the league the first time in 30 years, right? All of this, Jill. Oh, well, what do you want us to be? 114 or 120, 130 breaches of financial fair play. They'll bring up Man City. Or, what do you want? A state-owned ownership, what the Saudis or oil barons or whatever. I don't want that. They'll bring up human rights. Yet they won't bring up the human rights issues that Standard Chartered have had. Standard Chartered have been reported, allegedly, of funding terrorism. What about Nike? What about AXA? So, I mean, you can't pick and choose where you want to have your morals and principles, and you can't pick and choose your figures to suit your narrative. If you're a Liverpool supporter, you should be interested in what happens on that pitch and if your head coach and team are backed up by the owners. Because no other club would put up with that crap. And we've got too many people spouting off the same crap, spouting off, oh, look what they've done, blah, blah, blah. They need to have backed Slot. Because if there was a new manager coming into any other club, he'd be like, okay, great stuff, lads. How much are you giving me for a transfer kitty? Richard Hughes is like, well, I don't know, but I'm going off to Italy for 2 weeks, so fuck you.
I just wish we could go back to the old days where we didn't know anyone who was behind the scenes and we just turned the telly on and we knew who we had.
So do I.
I do as well, to be fair. I remember,
really
it's just a circus.
I think that Hicks and Gillette were the first owners I even knew about. Like, I didn't know who the owner of Liverpool was until it was sold to Hicks and Gillette. But I was only a kid back then. I've learned more since then, but I don't know, guys. Like, I agree with a lot of what you're saying there, Seano, and I do think they are better than Hicks and Gillette, which they are.
Of course they are.
But again, at the same time, you got to look back to that article that came out, and Rick Parry's email came out. I think it was Rick Parry anyway. I might be wrong. When he said that this was a bottom of the barrel deal.
Christian Perslow.
It
was the bottom of the barrel deal, and there was a better offer on board but they didn't go for it.
Mm.
And it was out of pure spite. So, and for people to turn around and say, this club was close to being in administration. What would have happened if that deal hadn't gone through? Royal Bank of Scotland would have taken over the ownership of the club and would have foreseen any takeover. That's what would have happened. We would have probably dropped a few points. I don't know that much. But anything that I know, I've studied, Martin has studied, you've studied. And it's there for everybody to see. I mean,
the club was sold for bitterness.
Well, yeah, but I mean, look at the court documents that we put out there. And I mean, it's not that the case we put it out there. Court documents are there for the public anyway. But we were just guided in and it was shown the sort of correspondence between NESV, which is what they were called instead of FSG, and how they talked about Liverpool Football Club. There's been plenty of stuff about FSG that have not been right and has been red flags all around.
Yeah, because people are so fucking gullible and they just see, oh, well, we've got this, we've got that. They don't realise if they took that minute to stand back and go, let's see what they have actually done. They've done fuck all. And they will realise it one day. Because the next Ben boys are back, aren't they, apparently?
You know, I just think it's really sad. I mean, yeah, there's no player bigger or greater than Liverpool Football Club, but it sure as fucking helps to hold on to the player that the players that is doing the business for you, and it sure is a bit respectful and a professional to speak to them about their contracts rather than leaving them on the lurch, because whether you like it or not, there's also a personal end of things. What they have to turn their life upside down. Okay, they're millionaires and they're not going to go homeless or anything, but they have to turn their life upside down. They have kids. They have to turn their life upside down if they have to go to a different club or a different country to play football.
I think that they're just gonna, the three of them are just gonna get pissed off now, and it's just gonna be, do you know what, fuck yous. So we're not doing it.
I'm just going to play that clip that's come out from Stella, actually.
Yeah.
So we've got that loaded up for you guys now. Hold on a moment. Let me just go back to the beginning of it again. Oh, hold on a moment. It's playing for me, not you guys. Here we go. Boom.
We need to turn off our mics.
Yeah, I'll sort that. Hold on. Just bear with me while I come back over here.
So I'm led to believe every pre-season or in the summer before pre-season, you will go on holiday by yourself and you'll do a list of everything you want to achieve that season. Firstly, is that right?
Yeah, every time I have a time off, I always go with the family. I see my parents first, then I go with my family. Then I have 1-2 days alone completely just to write the target for next season. And that's happening every holiday.
So what was on the list this year?
The first thing was on the list to win the Premier League was Liverpool. I usually, if you see my interviews last 7-8 years, I always say Champions League. But this is the first time I would say I really want to win the Premier League with Liverpool.
Okay, so why is the Premier League gone above the Champions League now then?
No idea, probably because we didn't celebrate the one we won with the club the way we wanted, and also coming back here it's my last year in the club, so you want to do something special for the city. That wasn't the thing in my head.
Okay, so does that stick with you a little bit then, the fact you never quite got to celebrate? I mean, the club did everything it could. You didn't quite get to enjoy that Premier League like you might have done.
Yeah, definitely. We waiting for that title for, I don't know, 30 years or so. So win it, and just was the pandemic in that time, and we didn't have time to really celebrate it in the right way. So it's not the nice thing to do. So hopefully we can do it this year.
You said this is my last season at the club. Do you really believe that when you say it?
Yeah, so far, yeah, it's the last 6 months. There is nothing, no progress there. We're far away from any progress. So we just need to wait and see.
So how do you maintain the level you're maintaining with all that noise, with all that going on?
I think the thing in my head is okay, if that's your last 6 months or last year, what you want to see it in the future? You want to look back and say, oh, I was concerned about the contract, or I was stressed, or just you want to say, okay, I had an unbelievable season. So that's in my head now. All the time, if I feel kind of distraction, just remind myself, okay, you wanna look back and say, oh, I had unbelievable season. So that's what I want to do.
So there you go, guys. I guess What's your thoughts on that? I mean, first thoughts for me is I think he clearly wants to stay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely, because he wanting to win that Premier League, to give it to the fans, to have that community of happiness and joy all together. He wants that.
I don't
He
think
wants to stay.
I think it's that, but I also think it's I'm gonna have to swap us over to a different background in a minute. It's other stuff like this as well, though. Like, hold on a moment, while I sort this out. This here, all-time Premier League assists. Like, if he stays for another couple of seasons, he's climbing up that list there. He's only just broke into the top 10. If he was to, stay a little bit longer after that, he might potentially like be in like the top 3 goal scorers of all time for Liverpool. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it could be the top goal scorer like in the Premier League era as well, potentially. I don't know. I can't remember how far Alan Shearer is ahead of him. But
FSG are denying his greatness, his legacy. His legacy is already cemented at Liverpool Football Club, but his legacy could be so much more. I love that man, and the fact that he's not bitter, the fact that they haven't had the common decency to go and say, "Hey Salah," or "Hey Mo, what's the story? Do you fancy staying on with us?" This whole thing that FSG don't offer contracts for people of a certain age, they got to rule that out. You're not talking about any ordinary player. You're talking about Mo fucking Salah, and you're talking about
playing his
Virgil
heart
van Dijk.
out.
Could you imagine? Sorry, Sean. Could you imagine like if you go forward in the future, say like 11 months, maybe a bit less, 10 months, 10 and a half months, or whatever, and it's Ballon d'Or season and Mo Salah wins the Ballon d'Or, but he's playing for like fucking PSG or Saudi or something, but he's won it based on his season at Liverpool. Like, I just don't get it. I've never been one of these people that said when a player asks for it, just give him what he wants. Mo Salah right now, he's the best player in the world. And you're umming and ahhing. You're probably umming and ahhing. Let's say you either umming and ahhing about paying him an extra 50 grand a week, which would make him 400 grand, or you're umming and ahhing about keeping his wage the same because you want to cut his wage down. I'm just going to say this right now. I don't know if you both agree, but I've got a funny feeling that Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards have probably got some sort of performance-based package bonus or something where they have to save money to get like a KPI fucking tick or something.
Yeah, well, I can tell you where they can fucking stick that. I'll be very, very straight with you. I'm fed up with that shit, to be honest with you. We're not dealing with any ordinary fucking player. These players, come once in a lifetime, maybe twice or 3 times if you're bloody lucky. We've seen the likes of that with Thierry Henry. Now we're seeing it in Mo Salah, who like you can't even argue. The guy is a class act, both off the field and on the field. And you cannot allow him go for peanuts or nothing. And with the performance, you want to talk about KPIs? Look at the goddamn KPIs that he's bloody hitting right now at the moment. Look at the KPIs that Virgil van Dijk is hitting at the moment. Look at the KPIs that Trent Alexander-Arnold is hitting at the moment. And you tell me that FSG go about their business as good, shrewd businessmen, and they have Liverpool Football Club, that they're good in their intentions at heart and what have you. It's all bullshit.
Well, I've said it for a long time, if they were all fixed down to long-term contracts, you're talking nearly 300 to 400 million just walking out the door for nothing.
That's exactly it. I mean, look at it this way. Trent Alexander-Arnold, right, is 26 years of age. How much do you think he would be if he was, let's say, in a 3 or 4 year contract at the moment, and a club wanted to buy him? How much do you think his market price would be?
Easy 150. Easy.
Yeah.
Easy. And we're possibly going to lose them for maybe 12 or nothing, 12 million or nothing.
It's like he's only just coming into his peak.
What about Mo Salah? What about Virgil? Like, I mean, I'm furious with other people, other YouTubers, podcasters, even journalists that don't ask that question. Where's Richard Hughes? Richard Hughes was all of that, at the start. Where is he? Why isn't he been called up? Instead of Arne Slot talking about something that he has no control over, why isn't Richard Hughes been called up to a press conference? Why aren't they asking questions saying, Richard, what the hell have you been doing?
And why he's been allowed to go on holiday?
Nothing. He's done nothing at the club. And David Ornstein, Rico Iglesias looking motherfucker, you know, with his goddamn fucking mole and his what you call Boston Red Sox bloody hat on him, going around saying that, like, you know, everybody in the business thinks he's amazing, and then everybody in the know thinks that Liverpool are lucky to have him. What has he done? What has he done at the club? He's offloaded a load of players, right? He's brought in sick note Federico, and then Mohamed Ashvili possibly has an injury there that could affect his career, and he's on loan. He's not even at the club. So I mean, I think if all three of those players go, are we going to see FSG actually cough up this summer?
Are you fucking, what are you smoking, you?
Exactly.
They're not going to cough up at all.
It's not going to happen at all.
They're going to start shopping back down in the Championship. Netto and Lidl. No. Aldi. In fact, you can't shop at Aldi because that's too expensive. It's just pathetic. We know what's coming, but yet these blind fuckwits, fucktards, they just don't want to know. They just do not want to admit the fact that Fenway we come not to pay were right at the beginning.
We're absolutely right. I mean, we may not have conducted ourselves, especially me, in the greatest of light. You know, in amidst all of the online abuse that we got, that was mostly directed at me. But going back to what Adam,
well, before you go any further, Sean, I'm sorry, Sean. Before you go any further, I just want to say this to the pair of you. To be fair,
yeah.
How many people do we get in our live streams now on a Monday saying what you just said? Hashtag FS Fenway we come not to pay was right. We get at least one person every week saying that.
Yeah.
And even that one person.
Fat lot of good it's doing now, because, you know, at the end of the day, I mean, the amount of abuse that I got, in particular me. I mean, obviously Martin had the police at his house for trying to organize protests. Do you know what I mean? A week before his wedding, a fellow Red did that.
Still think that was that fucking soft prick.
No, I know who it was. I know exactly. Well, I don't know exactly, but I know it was from an Irish supporters group, an official one.
I always thought, I won't say his name, but I thought his first name began with a D and his last name began with a C.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. No.
Just to let you know, guys, as well, while we've been talking,
Sattler signed.
Ipswich Town are expected to make a second bid for Ben Doak.
He's going.
Yeah.
He is 100% being shopped about. I'm sorry, lads. I don't give a fuck what anybody says, but this is AKM after fucking hours, right? And AKM stands for Adam fucking knows more. I said it in my fucking video earlier on. He is being shopped about. I don't give a fuck what none of y'all say. He is being shopped about. He's a young lad. He hasn't been given half a fucking chance under fucking Klopp, apart from a few fucking games. He hasn't been given a shot under fucking Slot. He's Scotland's probably best up-and-coming fucking player. And we're going to fucking sell him when we've got Mo Salah that could be walking out for fuck all. Are you fucking joking? He could be the heir apparent to Mo fucking Salah. And you're going to sell him. You've got Federico Chiesa that can't fucking sleep at night and he's taking fucking sleeping pills. So that's why he's not fucking playing. And then you've got fucking
Nunes and AC Milan shirt.
You got fucking Nunes liking fucking players, people with shirts him in a fucking AC Milan shirt. You've got Ben Doak out there on loan who fucking wants to play for the club, would love to fucking be at the club right now, but we've got fucking financial KPIs to it. I tell you what, lad, you're off to fucking Ipswich Town for 30 million and you're going to be back in fucking Championship next year with them. Sorry.
Yeah. And Ben Doak scored an hat-trick against us because fucking Allison and Kelly is gone.
But I mean, you know, and I mean, I will mention this, the last Shankly boy, George Scott, who's also Scottish, absolutely rates Ben Doak. Absolutely rates him. He
Ben
thinks he's a
Doak
great
isn't.
player.
Sorry, I'm sorry, Sean, but I'm on one now. Sorry, I've had a drink.
Go on, I love it.
Ben Doak, right, is the old fucking winger. He's not this fucking inside fucking forward shitting it in with like a Mo Salah. Like Mo Salah's fucking brilliant, by the way. But he is the get to the byline, cross the ball into the box, fucking supplier to fucking strikers. You know, he could put someone on a fucking plate for fucking Nunes and he won't fucking score. But Jota would, or someone like that. Do you know what? Like, I've sick to death of right fucking defending Darwin Nunes right now. How the fuck? Like, he gets so much support. I'm off something else now. He gets so much support from the fans in the stadium every fucking time he's bastard fucking playing, right? And he's got the audacity, that's a big word there, the audacity to be fucking liking pictures of himself in another fucking team's jersey. Are you mental, lad? You don't deserve the fucking support you've been getting from the fucking fans. We've got people on our stream every fucking Monday, Gary Richards and other ones.
And me, I back him.
Martin as well. I love the fact that you all back him so much, and this is not against you, but he does not deserve your support.
Not now.
For what he's doing.
The one thing I would say, and I'm just going to put a disclaimer out there, I don't support abusing any player, and I know that he has been subject to that. That's just not on.
That goes without saying, but my thought still stands.
and I agree with you. I think he's completely stupid to go and start liking him in a goddamn AC Milan jersey. Because
but wasn't Nunes the one who took all his pictures off as well?
Exactly. But let me tell you something. Fucking AC Milan aren't even in the same bracket, even in the same league as us in terms of where we are and where they are. Not a chance. But I mean, we are going to have a massive rebuilding process that none of us can possibly fathom, because our goddamn owners will not put their hand in their pocket.
Sorry, Sean, before you go any further, mate. Sorry, I just need to show something, because I know I'm probably going to get a few people when this goes public, like saying, "What the fuck you on about, Adam?" Here you go. Here's proof for you guys. This is the picture of Darwin Nunes liking it. There you go. That's Darwin Nunes liking the picture.
It's official because it's got the blue tick as well, isn't it?
Yep. So before anyone says I'm making shit up, there you go.
No, that's been well out there. Everybody, I think, knows at this rate. But I mean, people don't talk about it. People don't talk about the serious stuff. They talk about the football. They say, well, you know, football's not life and death and all of that. Well, football means something to me. Liverpool Football Club means something to me. And you know what? If these fucking owners had the same passion, the same love for the club as I do, and we do, we wouldn't be talking about this. I
just think that people are scared to voice it now because
it's they have to. They're going to have to start, because I mean, I was on to Fozzie's stream there at 12 o'clock, basically talking about Arne Slot's press conference, and I mean, he called it as well. People need to start fucking voicing their opinion. People need to start saying it.
But what I was gonna say this earlier on, actually, to be fair, and this is not against Arne Slot or anything like that, right? But Arne Slot should not be the person answering the questions about the fucking contracts.
No, should be the views.
It's got nothing to do with him. Richard Hughes.
I'm just making it, bro.
Yeah, no worries. Richard Hughes needs to be the person that's answering this question. I've got some here for you as well. Apparently, Real Madrid are leaking false information that they are looking at other defensive players to fan the flames under Trent and his brother. And then basically as well, something else here as well. This is from someone on Twitter that I follow. I don't know them personally. I don't know if they'd want me to tell them that it's from them, but if they do end up listening to this, they know that it's them, and I respect them all the way, and I believe everything they say. He's also said this, that if the Parasites sell Trent in this window, you can bet that the big fan group who claim to represent all Reds, top Reds, and those self-serving drosscasters will still be eating their paymasters' asses.
I could probably hazard a guess as to that is, and I would probably be 110% right. I'm gonna go onto the private chat and say who I think it is, and you can tell me if I've got that right.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's right. He's right though. He's right.
Is fucking right. He's dead fucking right. And I mean, he's one person that I have listened to when I was on X, and have listened to when I was on X with Fenway We Come Not to Pay. But I can't deal with X. I can't. I hate it. And it is an absolute cesspit. And you know,
I just dip my toes in it, Seano. Like honestly, I dip my toes in. I send you guys shit that I see. I mean, there's some accounts on here that I follow that I don't follow them because I fucking trust every word they say. But there's some good accounts in here, like for when you're catching information up. I find it is a good place as well where I keep in touch with some people from here where they can send me stuff. Which reminds me, actually, I need to reply to somebody because I don't want them to think I'm ignoring them. But yeah, mate, there's so much shit going on right now, and Liverpool are having probably the best season they've ever had in my lifetime, even compared to the season when we won the league. And we've got, as this video is called, this great distraction over us, a big fucking cloud regarding fucking contracts. Like,
Adam's just gone on one.
we shouldn't be fucking.
Jem has been the great distraction there. No, like I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, it's an absolute pity. I want to be positive. I want to be positive about how Arne Slot has done amazing stuff, how the players have done amazing stuff, how Salah is just like destroying records. He's doing amazing stuff. I want to be positive about that. I want to spend my time talking about that. I want to be looking forward to this game at the weekend where hopefully we absolutely annihilate Manchester United. We absolutely have them going into a relegation battle with the likes of Everton and all of them. I hope to Christ that happens. I want to be talking about that, but I can't talk about it because I'm sick to the hole of looking at interviews like that. And then people saying, oh, well, Mo Salah shouldn't be talking about it. Well, why shouldn't he? Because I guarantee you, when he does leave, right, the club will try and villainize him and say, oh, he wanted more money. The amount of money that he was looking for, he held the club to ransom. That's exactly what they're going to do.
And this is why I can't wait.
Football Club is.
I can't wait for this Jurgen Klopp interview to come out because he's going to speak about it soon.
He's not.
He will.
Honestly, Seano, I reckon, and I don't think this will happen because I don't think it's going to come to pass. But I reckon if all three of these players were to walk away for nothing, and if they were to start blaming Klopp or hinting that because Klopp left the club, that's why they didn't sign, blah, 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 I think he'd open his fucking mouth, me. I honestly do. I think he'd be like, are you having a fucking laugh? Like, what you on about?
Well, I mean, I was accused there a couple of weeks back on one of our streams there that I'm an FSG out first and a Liverpool fan second. I don't want that to happen. I don't want any of those players leaving the club. I don't want to find out, I don't want Klopp to have to open up his mouth. I don't want that situation at all. I want to avoid that as much as I can because I'm a Liverpool fan first and foremost, and I don't give a fuck what anyone thinks of me, whether they like me, hate me, whatever, whether they think I suck up or kiss up to people because I'm afraid to voice my opinion. Imagine someone saying that to me.
Yeah, we all know that you're not afraid to doing that, man. You come with a label saying, do not argue because you will not regret. You will regret.
Absolutely. And I'm very proud of it because I'm not a sheep that follows the herd. I voice my opinion on what I can see, and I'm not a dumbass. I'm not led and said by what other people say. I have no intentions of being led and said by it. This stinks to fucking high heaven. And I want to be positive about the club that I love. I want to be positive about Arne Slot because he's amazing. He's a tactical genius. But like I said, what FSG have in mind Edwards, Hughes, Gordon, Henry, Warner, and what Arne Slot and his coaching staff have planned, they don't align. They don't align together. And that is the problem.
There's something's brewing.
Just to let you know, guys, I don't know how much this is actually true or not.
Okay.
But there's a Twitter page that's got 13.3 million followers. And they're saying that Man City have signed a Liverpool target in that Omar Mamouche.
Yeah, it's probably Zubamendi. Probably.
No, they've signed Omar Mamouche.
Is that the Egyptian fella?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. They'll fucking have to get rid of him when the 130 financial fair play breaches.
And then someone else has just tweeted out, again, this could be just Twitter nonsense, guys. I don't fucking believe it myself. This is one of them people that I follow that I don't really believe everything they say, but they think that Salah could be on his way to PSG, which I know something. I'm only mentioning it, Martin, because you mentioned it last week.
No. I don't think that's not Salah. I would be, but I reckon Rami Abbas is going over to Liverpool simply because he has no other choice. Turn off your mic, Martin. Good man. So that's what I what was I saying? Totally forgot what I was saying now. Can anyone hear me?
I can hear it, yeah.
Oh, okay, sorry. So yeah, Rami Abbas, he's going to Liverpool because he wants answers, I think. I don't know whether he's doing it because the club have summoned them over or whatever, but I mean, by the looks of it, nothing has been offered.
What do you think
that
about
just
this,
seems to me that because he's come over, it's like a PR stunt that, look, we've tried. Like they did with fucking Bellingham.
Yeah, maybe you're right there, actually, yeah, to be fair. That's that I won't actually put that past them. There's this I'm just browsing Twitter, guys, as you're talking. I'm not like taking it all in or anything like that. But there is this other thing as well that I've just seen, basically, that says apparently Liverpool are looking into potentially signing Tyler Diblin, who's a youngster. He is 18 years of age, midfielder, currently at Southampton, and that could be the reason why Liverpool are selling Ben Doak. I'm just trying to find out what position he plays in midfield because it just says midfield. Hold on.
He's not even gone through puberty. What the fuck are they doing?
And how much is he worth? About 250 grand.
I'm just trying to see now. Hold on. I didn't know that transfer market was a German thing. Oh, that's nice. What's it called? Tyler Diblin. He is worth 22 million euros apparently. He's a right winger.
It sounds like that's what you call it, the vicar of Tiber.
Right, he's right winger, left footed, same as Mo Salah.
Yeah.
He's represented by Roof, which I think Liverpool have got some players there. Hold on a minute. I'm sure I've heard that name before.
As Mo Salah, though.
Harvey Elliott and Virgil van Dijk are represented by this agency. Harvey Elliott, Virgil van Dijk, Kai Havertz, if that means anything to you. But yeah, I knew there was somebody that I've heard that name before. But yeah, there could be something to keep an eye on potentially. Tyler Diblin. See what you think. I don't know.
It sounds like that TV show, the fucking Vicar of Tiber Dibbling or whatever the fuck his name is.
Vicar of Dibbler.
Yeah.
You're on mute, mate.
Honest to Christ, man. I mean, what the fuck are we doing? I'm not like the other thing that this the sensible Red, or Adam is his name, said is what actually do this crowd want? Right, referring to FSG out crowd or whatever, those who are sensible, not, you're talking about accountability for being stupid, accountability for holding the owners accountable. I'd much prefer that than whatever. The thing that we want is our business also on the pitch. You know, I don't care about the profit you make. I don't care about the goddamn gate receipts or whatever. That's irrelevant. I don't go over to Liverpool to find out what the fucking gate receipts are, or to see how much profit FSG have made, or to see whatever. I don't give a shit about any of that. Right? What I want to see is I want to see contracts sorted in due course, so that we're not. I mean, again, I was on Fozzie's channel, and people were saying Real Madrid are bullying Liverpool, and my response was, Real Madrid are bullying Liverpool because Liverpool are allowing it. We are responsible for this. It's complete negligence on our part that we have allowed this become a problem. And we can go on about the restructuring of Liverpool, the move away from Edwards, Julian Ward stepping in, Julian Ward leaving shortly afterwards. Then we've got George Smaka on a 3-month contract that then is extended to January, you know, and then we're without a sporting director until last July, which is crazy when you think of it. Crazy. Now, we can blame all of that on the restructure. We've always had issues with contracts, always, under these current owners. Always. So I'm not buying that. We're talking about necessary spending. So everybody, there are, you even see Simon Jordan on TalkSport saying that, you know, Slot is saying that, you know, the answer isn't always buying a player in the transfer window. He says, I think he might regret that. He's doing the same thing that Klopp had to do under FSG. You know, I'm not talking about spunking up cash up against the wall and spending foolishly. I'm talking about living within financial fair play and bringing in a player that we need, bringing in players that we need.
Yeah, it's like you can have, as you just said, you can have as much profit as you want, and whatever it is like if we need a £40 million player, go and get that £40 million player. Just put something back onto the field. Don't just take. Give us it when necessary, when we need it, and not a partial, like, well, we know we need a 40 million one, but we'll go and get a 4 million one.
Well, the other thing that I just want to say is how, you know, how successful has Moneyball been for the Boston Red Sox, for the Pittsburgh Penguins, for Liverpool Football Club. We've had, what, 1 or 2 seasons where we won pretty much everything, and then we've had, you know, spurts where we've won some domestic cups. Great, fantastic. That's what Liverpool Club should be doing. We forgot what Shankly talked about. You know, we're here to win trophies. That's why Liverpool exists. It's almost, you know, a dirty word, ambition. It's almost a dirty word to want to win nowadays. It's like, oh, you're a glory hunter, go support Man City or Chelsea. If you're talking about, well, we need to be competing, we need to be winning stuff. You know, that's now a bad word. That's a bad thing now. But
I just don't. Sorry, Sean. I just don't. I don't understand that way of thinking. The fact that you can turn around and say that it's glory hunting to want to be successful, like that fucking phrase and that saying what you just said there makes no fucking sense whatsoever.
So can you imagine that's been thrown at me several fucking times and thrown at Martin several times, and anyone that was involved with Fenway would come out to pay, or anyone that opposes these owners or asks questions of these owners. These owners hold a club of ours that's very, very dear to our hearts. It owns a club, and we're very protective of the club because we love the club, and rightly so. So if you're not one of these people that asks questions and is basically honing in on FSG out, or those who oppose these owners or ask questions of these owners, you're not doing your job as a Liverpool fan, in my opinion. So where's your accountability? Because you can say FSG, Twitter is not accountable for stupidity. Well, where's your stupidity in setting the bar so low? As long as you don't have the club in financial difficulty and you're better than Gillette and Hicks, that's all right with me.
I just got another thing, Martin, before you go, mate. Before you go, Martin, with what you were going to say. I just had a quick. I've been browsing Twitter and that while you're talking. Apparently, you know that goalkeeper that didn't do too well in Ireland, Marcelo Pintaluga, is that his name?
Yeah.
He's in talks for a permanent transfer back to Brazil.
How did you know I was going then, Adam?
Well, I didn't know you was going to leave. I just kind of thought you was. I meant as in you were going to talk.
No, it's that I booked in a emergency gas engineer because we've got a leak from the boiler coming through Toby's room. He's just knocked on the door,
shit.
so I'm gonna have to cut it short, mate.
All right, man.
All
No
right,
worries,
man.
yeah.
All right,
Talk
see you in
to
a
you
bit.
later.
Right, speak to that, mate. Bye bye.
Yeah.
So
Just the two of us.
we can make it inside. Yeah, it's like I don't understand why they're getting rid of that goalkeeper, because then if we're going to get rid of Kelleher, we're probably going to get rid of Allison, and we've got Mohamed Ashvili coming in, who has got a condition that could ruin his career, could mean that he is injury prone. I would sooner have Kelleher as our number one if we're getting rid of Allison. I really would. I think it's crazy. Varos is a good number 3. I'm not too sure he'd be a good number 2, but we're offloading far too many players, and this reminds me of the fire sale of '93, San Diego Padres, which guess who the owner was? Tom Warner.
Why do you? I think I should have put this question before Martin left, to be fair, but I guess I've got a couple of questions for you, Sean, before we end this video for the members and that. What is your thought? I mean, you probably said this already, but just to finish this off, like, if you had a theory behind the reason why it's taking so long for these things to happen, what is that? Why do you think that, for argument's sake, Liverpool are arguing with Mo Salah over 50 grand and maybe Virgil van Dijk for the same amount? Like, why are they arguing over that?
So if we're talking about contracts, Virgil, Trent, and Mo. To
be fair, I think we should just cut probably Trent out of that, because I think Trent wants to leave. I think Trent wants to go.
Okay.
But I think it's very, very clear that Mo and Salah, Mo and Van Dijk want to stay.
Yeah.
So what is is it their age?
Yeah.
Is it because they just don't want to pay anybody the amount of money that they want? Like, what is it? Like, what do you think it is?
They have a certain way of doing things. They have a wage structure, and that's all well and good. That's fine, but they don't want to go above and beyond. They don't offer contract extensions of what the likes of Mo Salah and Virgil van Dijk would want in order to stay at the club. I mean, there was talks that Salah only wants 1 year contract. When you have Salah talking the way he's talking to the media, that guy does not want 1 year contract. That guy wants 3 years. So that's utter bullshit.
That guy doesn't want to leave.
That guy does not want to leave. There's also talks that the club are considering maybe a 2 year contract. But the thing is, and what what Salah has said is, they have not approached him. They've not approached him. The reason why the club are annoyed, and the minions that spin this bullshit, that Salah shouldn't be talking out of Carragher talking that you're saying, I'm a bit surprised with Salah, he shouldn't be talking out of place and all of that. Yet he fucking did it about his own contract. The reason why they're annoyed is because they're opening up Salah's opening up a can of worms.
Oh yeah.
That's without a doubt. So it's down to the age, it's down to the contract, and it's a case that they don't. It's like you said, KPIs. Edwards and Hughes have to reach a certain amount of KPIs, and they want to offload the highest earner, because when you have the highest earner like Salah in his 30s, you want to offload him. You don't want to be giving him more money.
Yeah. On the back of that, I've got a couple more for you. So
Yeah, shoot.
This is a hypothetical, obviously. So
Mhm.
let's just, and you got to take out the situation, your love for Klopp, right, and your love for the club. So
That's a difficult one.
all right, okay. Put
Go
yourself
on, go
in
on, go on.
Just
Go
put
on.
yourself in Van Dijk, Trent, and Salah's shoes last year.
Yeah.
So you've had no contract talks. Klopp says he's leaving the club. You don't know who Arne Slot is. You don't know what's going to happen. Would you have signed a deal in the summer?
Yeah, of course I would.
Okay.
Of course I would, because I mean, Liverpool Football Club is Liverpool Football Club, whether it's owned by Asda, it's still Liverpool Football Club, and
Okay.
and it's the passion of the club, of the supporters, of the city, of the fans worldwide.
Mhm.
Klopp is a major pull, but when you're captain of a club, it means more. How
Yeah,
many managers had Stevie G gone through? So I don't think it makes any difference as long as you have the same ambition to do the job and want to be successful. It shouldn't matter who the fuck is managing.
Mm.
So I mean, only time would tell if you sign a contract. A contract is all well and good. It's not worth the paper it's written on. But when you're down to the last 3 or 4 months of your contract, you're then in a fucking situation where, Christ, we could lose these players. But if they signed a contract in the summer and had a big fallout, doesn't stop them from being sold.
No, I suppose you're right, but I mean, like from my point of view, I wouldn't have signed.
I would.
I would have given it a bit of time to be like, all right, let's see what Arne Slot's like. Let's see how it goes. Type
No,
thing.
I would have. I mean, if John W. Henry was an interim fucking manager, I would have shook his fucking wet fish hand, and given Linda a wink while fucking signing a 1 year, 2 year, 3 month contract with Liverpool Football Club. Liverpool Football Club, regardless,
Yeah.
I would have signed it. So it has nothing to do with Klopp, nothing to do with, and I mean, we're taking into consideration when Klopp left. What about prior to that? What about before that?
No, I that's the thing that gets me a little bit sometimes, and I'm kind of like, why was it not sorted out a couple of years beforehand? But they've just dropped the ball, mate. I think, in all fairness, I think as well. Like, I guess, have I got anything else I can do off that before going to the last question? No, I don't think I have. All right, last question for you then before we end it, because obviously this is going to go public after a week or so. So when this goes live, these contracts may already be signed or whatever. We don't know.
We're just hoping.
What do you think is the outcome right now? What contracts? Who signs? Who goes right now? As of 7 minutes past 9 on the 3rd of January, what does Seano think happens right now?
I think Trent is gone.
Yep, I agree.
I think Mo's gone.
You think
that actually makes me emotional even saying that. I think Mo's gone, and I think the only person that's going to stay there is Virgil.
Okay.
That's how I feel. I've changed my tune or my opinion on it, because I thought that they were going to push. Virgil was going to push it, or not Virgil. Sorry, Mo was going to push it, and there was talks that he was approached. He's now really pissed on all those talks, and he's basically come out and said, "No one's approached me," and we're in fucking January. Virgil is the only player that has come out and said that the talks are in good hands. The contract is in good hands. He's the only one that has put a little bit of faith in him getting a contract.
Yeah. I do have one more question for you actually after that, but just because she popped in my head now. I'm with you on Trent. I'm with you on Virgil. I still think Salah signs. I think the fact I would have been with you on Salah, but the fact that Rami Abbas is coming to the game on Sunday makes me think that something's coming to a head. Like, we will find out one way or another. I know I said this in the live on Monday when I said I think by the time we go live again next Monday, I think we'll know one way or another. I kind of forgot at the time that we had Man United on Sunday. I think we get the Man United game out of the way, and then I think let me have a quick look actually after that. Who do we have like a midweek game next week?
Do you know what? I can't even remember. I mean, us as fans should really be talking about football and about the game.
Yeah, we do. We do. So we've got United on the 5th.
Yeah.
We've got Spurs in the Carabao semi-final on I'm guessing that's Wednesday.
On the Wednesday, yeah, at 8 o'clock.
And then we've got Accrington Stanley on Saturday, I'm guessing. So, and then we've got Nottingham Forest as well.
Just before you ask me another question or whatever question you have for me, I ran a poll there a day ago on our Facebook page, AKM LFC. If we find ourselves in a position that we lose Salah, Virgil, and Trent either in January or end of the season, who are you putting this down to? So the two options were FSG, Hughes, Edwards, the club dealt with this badly, or wants to leave. So I can tell you that the majority of people with 10 votes have gone for FSG, Hughes, Edwards. They dealt with this badly. Only one person says they want to leave.
Interesting.
So that's kind of like what we're doing on the Facebook page, guys. If anyone wants to look at that,
guys, get yourself over there. Seano puts a lot of work into that Facebook page, and I appreciate it a lot. Like, I know AKM LFC is like my brand, and I know it's like me, but Seano is the sole owner of that Facebook page, and he's the one that's putting a lot of work into it. So a massive shout out to Seano, and yeah, he is the one that's behind that. So go and support Seano on that, guys, as well as myself. I guess it's my name. Last question for you then, Seano.
Yeah.
Probably finish this after hours up. And I want the guys as well in the comments, if they've got this far into it, an hour and 17 minutes, I want you guys to answer this question also. Do you think the fact that Liverpool have taken so long to sort out a deal for the captain of the club, the vice captain of the club, and the best player in the world right now, how do you think the players whose contracts are coming up feel?
Well, that's a point that I didn't even make, and I totally forgot to make, because we've got players down to the last 16 or 15 months of their contract. We've got Kanate, we've got Robertson, we've got Kelleher, and I think a few others. If they haven't been approached, I think it's crazy. That's absolutely crazy that we will find ourselves yet again in the same situation this time next year. I would imagine probably Kelleher will probably leave in the summer.
Yeah, sure, Sean. Before you go, I've got a full list here. So
yeah,
so this time next year,
right?
If they're not sorted now, we would have Kanate, Robbo, Kelleher, and then after that, in 2027, you've got a fucking list and a half, mate. So 2 years from now, no, sorry. Yeah, 2 years from now, if none of these players sign an extension, we would be in a situation where the following players would all be leaving in June: Luis Diaz, Diogo Jota, Curtis Jones, Harvey Elliott, Joe Gomez, Alisson, Shimikas, Conor Bradley, Wataru Endo, and Calvin Ramsey.
Okay. I mean, I think I think we'd be naive to think that none of those are going to sign a contract. I'd imagine that some of them will. But I think what we need to be looking at is how we deal with contracts going forward. We can't put it down to predecessors and what Richard Hughes inherited. The honeymoon is over, Richard. You need to get your finger out and you need to fucking do your fucking job, because going on past fucking glories, which I don't know what they are, and going off the backs of what David Ornstein said about you, which doesn't really wash with me because you've done fuck all for the club. You need to get your finger out. You need to work tirelessly to try and get these contracts sorted. And you need to do the exact same for the contracts that are running into the 15 or 16 months, the remaining 15 or 16 months of their contract. I will leave with this point. Moneyball does not work. Moneyball is kind of like a flash in the pan. You may have some success and then it dies down. And then the people that pay for it are the fans, with the cost of tickets and everything else going up. The profit is going up for them, and we're not getting anything in return. These players, Salah, Virgil, Trent, deserve to be given a good contract for their commitment and for what they've achieved at the club. And we need to look at how we deal with contracts going forward. If we're talking about restructure has to work for the team, has to work for the coach. We can't be leaving them shortchanged. We can't be leaving them in a situation where he'll have a depleted squad. And we can talk about, we'll get something from grassroots, we'll get someone from the academy, but we're offloading them. We're offloading the likes of Ben Doak, and Ben Doak is a fantastic young lad. And I would be very sad to see him go for 30 million. I don't think after that he'll be able to fulfill his potential. I think he can only do that in Liverpool, not the likes of Ipswich or whoever the fuck else,
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, I feel like for those people that are saying that Richard Hughes, Michael Edwards inherited Salah, Van Dijk, and Trent, you have not inherited 2016, 2017, 2020, 2026, 2027. You've had 6 months or so, 8 months or whatever to sort out the 3 lads that we know about. You've had the same amount of time to sort out the lads for next year. You've had the same amount of time to sort out the lads for 2 years after that. There's no excuse if we're in the same situation next year with Ibu Konate, for instance, who I think probably will get a new deal before then. I expect Kelleher and Robbo both to go. There's no excuse if in 2 years' time, Curtis Jones, Harvey Elliott have not signed a new contract. I could see some of the other ones on that list being sold before then, but there's no excuse for that right now. And as you said, Seano, they need to get to grasp with what the fuck is going on.
And it goes back to my original statement of wanting to do this video tonight. FSG's ambitions, theory, whatever, goal does not align with the goal of the club, the goal of Arne Slot and the players. In order to compete, because we found ourselves short, a little shy here, there, every season. And, it only takes maybe 1 or 2 players brought in to kind of tweak something, twist, because we're always talking about injuries. We're always talking about injury-prone players. And these are injury-prone players that would fly under the radar of every other club, that a club would not touch. No one would touch Federico Chiesa. And we did, because it flew under the radar. It was the money from the Solanke deal, and we got him. And now apparently he's bitching and complaining about being homesick, and he's this and he's that. I've got Darwin Núñez liking himself in a goddamn AC Milan fucking jersey. We need to sort our shit out, and if you want the truth, guys, if you go the furthest away from the head YouTubers and podcasters that cover Liverpool Football Club, and you go a little bit further out, you'll actually see the reality and the truth of it all. We've been fed a bunch of bullshit and lies because these YouTubers and podcasters want to keep their exclusives with the club, but they're selling us out. They're doing a massive amount of damage. And I'm sorry if that upsets some people. And I don't mind upsetting people because I think they're doing far more damage to the club than that they ever accused me of doing, or anyone else that asked questions of these owners. They had 6 months to deal with these contracts. 6 months. You can't. I mean, the excuse that they put was, oh well, you know, they're at international duty, so we can't talk about it to them until they're off international duty. Well, they're fucking off international duty. We've gone through 6 months. You haven't approached them yet. The only one person that you have is Virgil. That's a fucking disgrace.
I mean, there's something here I wanted to read off Twitter before we get off, mate. And again, these are people that I'm not going to name them, but it's not people that I kind of follow or anything like that, just for the right reasons. But basically, they say, well, one of them does. One of them, I do kind of agree with everything he says. Someone's put, we need new owners desperately. I'm not asking for a sheikh or a state-owned entity. I just want someone to appreciate the players who have given so much for this club. And then the guy that I do actually kind of agree with a fair few things that he says, we don't even ask for a City or a Chelsea level of spending, but the least we expect is owners who will keep our best players.
And this is the stereotype that gets thrown about from the told the liners, the people that told the corporate lines, so they want to keep their exclusives. They throw that at us saying, "Oh, will you go support City, or you want us to be 130 financial fair play breaches, and you want us to spend like Chelsea, spend like Man City, spend like Man United." I want the furthest thing from those clubs as possible. I hate those clubs. I don't want any. Can you imagine being like Manchester United? Radcliffe going and cutting funding for charity to cut costs. Rats running about the place. Bloody people getting soaked because the roof is leaking. That club is rotten from the top down. Look at Pep and City. Look how he's fallen from grace because he can't manage. When you're under the scrutiny with the financial fair play, he can't bring in the players that he wants. He can't spend 300 or 400 million on centre backs anymore. They're under a bloody magnifying glass. So now he's fallen apart, and so are the club. I thought the club were the best club in the world. Apparently not. Chelsea have spent an absolute fortune on bringing in the players and put them in ludicrous contracts. Absolute ludicrous contracts. Look at Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest have done the exact same, and look where Nottingham Forest are now. It is paying off. So what I'm saying is necessary spending. I couldn't care less if it's J.R. Ewing from Dallas that owns the club. I to be honest with you, I don't want American owners anymore. I just want football people that love football, right? I just want necessary spending and someone that sees Salah, Virgil, and Trent as the most important players that we have. Your vice captain, your captain, and your record-beating Mo Salah, your Egyptian king. How in the Lord Jesus can you look at those fans and say, nah?
Yeah, I agree, mate.
Couldn't
think of a better way to end the video, mate, there. So we're going to leave it there, guys. Let us know down below your thoughts and everything that we spoke about. And again, I want to know your comments on the potential perks coming to the members channel and everything like that. Let us know on that. Go follow the Facebook, the YouTube. Well, you're on the YouTube because you remember. Go follow the Twitter, the Facebook, and there's an Instagram incoming as well, guys. We're going to be uploading some shorts to that also. So yeah, I just want to again say a massive thank you to our support the past year that's just gone. This is the first AKM After Hours that's come out this year. And there's going to be more. If we can't get a special guest on, it's just going to be me and the boys again talking the shit, basically, a bit more freely than we would do if people were be able to watch us live. So yeah, that's it from me, guys. I know Martin's already said goodbye. But yeah, Sean, anything you want to say before we go?
Just a big shout out to Wayne Henley, who thought it was hilarious us talking about
Oh yeah,
Connor Bradley's tackle. And I didn't mean Connor Bradley's manhood, but I meant Connor Bradley's tackle on Kylian Mbappe. Yeah, so big shout out to him. He's a fantastic artist. He does fantastic prints, not only Liverpool, but of boxing and Formula One and whatnot. So yeah. Check him out.
Yeah,
and Fibersport's
memorabilia as well, mate. Yeah. So yeah, guys, that's it for today. We're back on Monday. I might have a preview video out for you all on the normal, the public channel, at some point, probably before the game. But until next time, guys, that's it from me. That's it from Seano and Martin. We'll catch you all on Monday. Cheers for watching, guys.